What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media. Let's get at it right now. I told you I'm going to be uploading videos. Thank you for your support. I've been waiting to talk about this issue way back when Coach Prime was so bold in saying that, hey, when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, and Travis Hunter, he would prefer for them to play in a warm weather city. In particular, I think what the brother is really saying, Coach Prime is saying, is that he wants them to go to an organization that has tradition for winning, good coaching, good scheme. That's very important where these players land in terms of scheme, because you know when you get drafted in the early rounds, you may go to a really bad team, a bad situation, and Coach Prime has already said he predicts that one of the three of them, out of Travis or Sheduer, that they're going to go, one's going to go number one, someone's going to go number four, and what have you. Now, people are saying, oh, he's being arrogant, he's being too bold. Why don't you focus on the Big 12 season that will be coming up? As if Coach Prime is not doing that, y'all. But can he also have the best interest of his players and the best interest of his sons? Come on now. We've seen this before in the past. Let me give you some examples of what I mean by this. First, it started off with John Elway back in the day, because I believe that there is inherent bias when you have Coach Prime, a black man, speaking about what he wants for his sons. And the difference is that these guys today don't need to rush to the NFL because they're getting NIL money. So that gives them some leverage. And when you're drafted in those early rounds, you got more leverage. Well, John Elway came out of college back in the day where there was no NIL, but he didn't come from a poor, broken down family. His father was a coach, and he was able to dictate the terms that he was, hell no, not going to play for the Baltimore Colts at that time, y'all. Okay? And then what he did in doing so, he was able to push the momentum for him to be drafted or to be picked up by the Denver Broncos. Remember, in the papers, Elway is projected to go to the Colts. He refused it because, let's be honest, the Colts at that time were a really bad organization, and I wouldn't have wished anybody to go there to the Colts at that time. Now, taking it on up, we've got Eli Manning, because Coach Prime says he would have to do an Eli Manning situation. The Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, during that time when he came out of Ole Miss, he was drafted originally by the San Diego Chargers, and he said, hell no, he wasn't going to go there because they weren't really known for being a great organization. So they did a swap. They traded him to the New York Giants from San Diego, and the rest is history. He wins a Super Bowl just like his brother, and he dictated. So you got two quarterbacks, two guys that were highly touted coming out of college, white guys in particular, who were able to dictate where they were going to go, and their families backed them. Now, Coach Prime in this situation is doing the same thing for his son. Let me put this up here. He's doing the same damn thing. He's looking after the best interest of his son and where he should go and play. So what I want to do, everybody, is let's play a little bit of the video from one of the podcasts that he was on. I think they're $1 million. I think they're called $1 Million Podcast, something of that nature. Very popular guys, where Coach Prime sort of projected where Travis Hunter, Shallow, and Shedeur Sanders may go in the draft, and where he prefers them to go. And as a father, he has every right to say this. And this is fair use with the purpose of criticism, news reporting, allowing for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe on the copyright under 17 USC. So let's see. I'm going to have to stop this from time to time, but let's go.
Predict Sheduer and Travis going in the draft.
Top 4.
Ooh, that's pretty beautiful.
Anywhere from 1 through 4. One of them is going to be 1.
That's what I'm talking about.
One of them is going to be
speak it
1.
into existence.
And the latter one would not go behind 4.
So you hear what he's saying. Coach Prime has made it very clear. He believes somebody's going to go number 1. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The person that I think has the greatest value to go number 1, in my opinion, would be Travis Hunter. And the reason why I say this is because Travis Hunter is a dual threat. He can play both receiver, defensive back, and the way they changed the new special teams rules this year, going into the NFL for the next season, Travis Hunter would thrive in that new system. So this guy could do it all defensively and offensively and special teams, which, in my opinion, puts him at a very high premium value. But don't get it twisted. Sheduer Sanders as a quarterback, and a lot of teams need quarterbacks, y'all. He definitely, in my opinion, would be a high pick. This is a man that can play behind center. He can read defense. But most of all, Sheduer Sanders has a very strong arm. You give him a good offensive line around him, I think he can make a lot of magic happen. We noticed what he did in that first game against TCU when he had protection. The man put up, 520 yards. And so he has that capability, very accurate with his throws, very strong arm. He's got great size, great agility and movement, and that's what they look for in NFL quarterbacks. There he is with Coach Prime right there. So I don't see what the problem is with what Coach Prime is saying here.
Now, all this is subjective because
it is subjective.
I know where I want them to go. And let's not forget Shallow, okay? But I know where I want them to go. So there's certain cities that ain't gonna happen.
Okay, you on point.
It's gonna be it's gonna be an Eli. Yeah, we ain't doing
No, but I will say this though. Whatever cities they go to,
yeah,
you got people there.
Did you hear that? Coach Prime said it's going to, we've all heard this was put out there in the social media sphere. He said, we're going to do an Eli, right? That's what Eli did. Eli forced a trade from, as I said before, from San Diego Chargers, right? He forced that trade, which eventually got him to New York. You see him not looking very happy on the left side picture with the San Diego Chargers jersey. And you see him looking very happy on the right side. Just as you can see Elway not looking happy at the prospect of playing for the Baltimore Colts. Here he is looking a little bit more happier when he now knows he's going to sign with Denver. And we know the rest is history. He won him some Super Bowls. He won a Super Bowl with Denver, with the Denver Broncos. And the rest has been history. So this is why I think it's nothing wrong with Coach Prime being as bold in saying what he said. Now, another area I want to get to, because let's talk about what teams are the best teams for him to go. Now, bear with me right now because Coach Prime has a list. What I think these teams have in common, ladies and gentlemen, is that these are winning organizations. And they all are teams that Coach Prime played for. So you've got the San Francisco 49ers, okay? That's my team.
True.
You've got the Dallas Cowboys, okay? Dallas Cowboys, Big D. People love it out there. And, of course, one of the other teams that he puts out there is a team that he could see Sheduer playing for. We got Travis. This includes Travis Hunter or even Shallow or whoever is eligible, is a team like the Baltimore Ravens. And then you've got the Washington Commandos. They're in rebuilding stage there. They've got a lot of talent, cap money. So we'll see what's going to happen there, right? Boom. Okay. Now, there's a lot of people that think that if he was to go to the Atlanta Falcons, this would be a perfect match in heaven because it's a black city. You get a black quarterback. You got a city that's got a lot of swagger. And we know that Sheduer has got a lot of swagger. And with that, he would speak to the city. Once again, another city that his father, Coach Prime, played for. Let's not kid ourselves here, okay? So I think the Atlanta Falcons would be a good fit. And then there's some people that have put memes out there on social media where they put Shedeur Sanders they have put Sheduer Sanders in a Dallas Cowboy jersey, hoping that that's the spot. Now, that would probably be a good spot for him to go. But once again, you could only go to a team, technically, that usually is a team that's not playing so well. So it's usually the teams that are the worst teams. But if Coach Prime says, no, we're not going to play here, we're not going to play there, they could probably change a few things. And it's happened before with John Elway and Eli Manning. So this ain't no new thing that hasn't happened before. Now, I want to play a clip because Shannon Sharp, the Shay Shay Club Shay Shay, his podcast, he had, let me put him up here real quick. Shannon Sharp had my man, who's been very controversial lately, and that is Cam Newton. And Cam Newton has had a lot to say lately about football these days. And I want to put him up here some more. Cam Newton, we know, played at Auburn, right? And he played with the Carolina Panthers, where he went to the Super Bowl one year. I think he was an MVP one year. So he has experience playing at the highest level in his career. I think right now he's not in the NFL at this time. I'm sure he would like to have a team call him, but that is the man himself, Cam Newton, who had some words to say about where he believes Sheduer Sanders in particular would fit when it comes to the NFL, how that would play out. He thinks, and let's hear what he has to say about Sheduer Sanders and where he thinks he should play. This is one Club Shay Shay's podcast with Shannon Sharp. Here we go.
All intents and purposes, he's going to come out this year. And his father, Coach Prime, said, look, I don't want my son to play in the cold weather. And I'm going to turn, I'm going to have a say in where he plays. Yeah. He said, Eli did it. Even I told teams, I ain't going there. The thing that he has, that Eli has.
Did you hear what Shannon Sharp says? That even when he came out, and remember, Shannon Sharp came out of a small black college. He was a very unknown commodity. He wasn't a high draft pick, but he even said that there were certain teams that he didn't want to go play for. Because remember, why shouldn't players have some ability to have leverage? Because when you get signed to an NFL team, if you're not playing up to their expectations, they can waive you, they can trade you, they can not renew your contract, they can let you go after you've played hard for them, and maybe they just don't want to pay you the extra money because they don't want their cap to be blown up. So these teams don't always have loyalty to these players. So that's why I don't understand why people are criticizing or have criticized Coach Prime for this position he takes. You hear what Cam Newton and Shannon Sharp are saying here.
That his dad had money.
He got clout.
And so, he didn't come from those situations where, we eating ketchup with a knit needle. Yeah. And we robbing Peter to pay Paul. What do you think? What's an ideal situation? First of all, what do you think about Coach Prime saying that he wants Sheduer to be XYZ? And what do you think an ideal landing spot for Sheduer would be?
Atlanta.
Right. Magic City, baby.
Tell the truth.
Atlanta. That's where he thinks he should be. He thinks that that's the place he should go. Like I said earlier, that's a place of excitement. I think people would be excited about him being there. It would really, the town would be on fire. Let's get back to it.
They just gave first cousins all that money.
We'll figure all that other out. You ever heard of dead cap?
Yeah,
dead cap.
The Broncos got $85 million.
We'll figure all that other out. If Prime can get Sheduer in Atlanta, but let me tell you something.
Right.
All businesses, including Magic City, will be appreciative of that damn pick right there.
Tell the truth.
That's right.
Real talk. So these are the things that, but I don't think he'll be a top 4 pick as he was on record of saying.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Now, I'm going to say something. Some people may disagree with what Cam Newton was saying in terms of him not being a top 5 pick and what have you, and that's okay. Once again, it depends on what teams need. Do they need a quarterback at that time? Do they need defensive end, defensive tackle, offensive lineman? It depends on where the draft falls for certain teams in their needs for a quarterback, because a lot of quarterbacks are going to be coming out in this 2024 NFL draft class, and he's coming out in the 2025 draft class. So we have to see how that all pans out. But this is where Cam Newton, I want to say, made a good point. Believe it or not, when you say, well, why would he say that? Well, this is why. In my opinion, Cam Newton made a good point, because sometimes when you get drafted a little bit later in the first round, you may find yourself going to a better football team, a team that's got better management around them, around the team, better ownership, maybe better players in terms of receivers, offensive line. When you go to those teams that pick 1 through 5, you're going to the worst team in the NFL that has a whole host of problems, which is why they got the first pick in the draft, the first 5 picks in the draft, the first 4 picks in the draft. So if you find yourself falling out of that top 4 to 5 picks, what Cam Newton is saying is it's not too bad, because you might find yourself going to a better situation where you can learn from a veteran. You can learn from the veteran offensive linemen, the veteran coaches. You may be going to a better situation that will set you up for better success versus going to a team that's at the bottom of the barrel with a team that needs everything, defensive players, receivers, and now you're struggling with this team because they don't have any talent there for you, and they got to build around you each year, which is going to take time. So I think Cam Newton, when he says, hey, I don't think he'll be drafted in that he'll be one of the first 4 players picked, but that's not bad. I think that's really where he's going there. Let me know what you think about what Cam said there. What I'm saying here right now in the comment section of this video, I would appreciate that. I think Cam made some good points. I think Coach Prime made great points, and his confidence as to where he believes these gentlemen should go in the draft. His son, Shedeur, Travis Hunter, I'm going to say again, is a dual threat. I think there's no doubt in my mind, again, that he is definitely a guy I can see going in the first 4 rounds. I think he'll be snatched off the board. They're already saying this year in college football that he is now, I think Travis Hunter is ranked as one of the top college football players in the country. He's up there, and you know the scouts are chopping at the bits, getting ready to watch him for this upcoming new football season for college football. He'll be playing in the Big 12, and you know they can't wait to see when they can work him out and see what he has, and hopefully we'll see him blossom and get better. That's Travis Hunter right now. Now, let me go ahead and do this. This is very important that I do this. I want to talk about this. I did a video about Kamani McLean leaving. We know that it was reported, once again, as I said in the other video, that he had poor practice habits. He wasn't showing up to meetings on time, a variety of things that were happening with this young man where things just didn't seem to work out. And he decided to jump into the transfer portal. And I'm going to say again, I hope by the time this video comes out that maybe he's changed his mind and he's decided to stay at Colorado, or maybe he's still going to leave. It's just something I was hoping that this wouldn't come down to, and I said it in the other video. But his mother has spoken, and now we're going to have a little insight into why he may have left. Here is his mother's actual tweet right here, y'all. His mother: I gotta be somewhere where you're appreciated and not just tolerated. God takes the lead. We right behind y'all. So I think the mother is basically trying to say, when she says that God takes the lead, gotta be somewhere you're appreciated. So what the mother is saying, that maybe Kamani McLean didn't feel appreciated in CU. Maybe he didn't feel that he was getting enough attention. And I think the rumors out there that maybe people feel that Coach Prime is giving too much attention to his sons and Travis and not enough attention to other players on the team. People have been debating that sort of stuff. People are that, you know, some of the haters have been saying that. But could that be part of it, that this young man, fresh out of high school where he was used to being the man, didn't feel like he was treated like he was the man, and that other players like the Travis Hunters of the world and the Sheduer Sanders were getting all the shine, and he didn't feel that he was getting appreciated? Because the mother says here, you gotta be somewhere where you're appreciated and not just tolerated. God takes the lead. But this is the problem, though, that I have to say. No matter where he goes, he's going to have the same problem. If his practice habits are not good, if he's not studying the scheme, studying his playbook, if he's not showing up to meetings on time, then guess what? Kamani McLean will have the same problems wherever he goes. He's got to change that. And Coach Prime gave him a shot. So once again, put in the comment section of this video, how do you feel about what I've just said right there? But I've been wanting to do this video because I feel like we can't have a double standard where it's okay for John Elway and the Manning family to be able to dictate the terms to where they want their son, he wants his son, or a son, in this case, Eli, to go where he wants to go, where John Elway's father did the same thing, along with his son, John Elway. But it's not okay for Coach Prime to be able to say we can dictate the terms as to where we're going to go based on the draft status that my son may have. Come on. We got to be more intelligent in that. He should have that same ability. And just as Travis Hunter fits in that same scope. So we'll see what happened. I like Club Shay Shay, you know, them having this conversation. And I got to be honest, I think Cam Newton made some good points here, that the place that he believes that Sheduer needs to be is hot Atlanta. There it is right there.
Tell the truth.
So everybody, we're going to see how this all pans out. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell and notification. If you're a content creator, share this video in your community tab. That's right. And tell someone about the channel. I really appreciate you all. And we're going to get ready to get on out of here. More videos coming very soon. Peace.